So you either seen this video on your Explore page or on the home page if you're following us on Instagram. Pretty cool video, right? It's not too long and it's short and simple and straight to all the cool effects. Well, in this video, I'm gonna break down each effect used in this Instagram reel. And this is all done through Premiere Pro. Now, before we start, if you wanna go ahead and download the raw videos and also download the glitch effects used in this Instagram reel, click the link down below in the description. And it should literally be the first link in the description. All right, now we can get right into it. So for the first clip, before I did any special effects, I set up my keyframes. Now you can do it the way you want to or whatever number you want to scale it at. But for me, in my case, I just went from 100 to 130 on my scale. It's easy as that. I mean, look at this video clip. See how it just zooms in? I didn't do no motion blur. I didn't add no crazy effect. Now the second step is duplicating the clip. So here I'm gonna hold down Option on my keyboard since I'm on Mac. I'm gonna hold on to the first clip and I'm gonna drag it right on top of it. And then we're gonna change the blend mode from normal to screen. Then we're gonna head over to our effects tab and type in Fine Edges. And it should be under the style video effects, and we're gonna go ahead and drag it onto our copy clip and make sure that we have invert selected. Then still being in our effects tab, we're gonna go ahead and type in tint and drag it onto the copy layer. And then we're gonna select on the map white 2, and for the color, we're gonna paste in this code right here. Also, link will be in the description for that code. Now it's time to make it glow. Still in the effects tab, we're gonna type in VR glow and drag it into the clip. Make sure use tint colors check marked, and also that the tint color is the exact same color one you used before. Now for your lumen threshold, let's make sure we have that at 0.40, your glow radius set to 35, your glow brightness set to 3, and your glow saturation set to 10. Now, if you play back already what you have, you notice that the car is already outlined, but there's no wave effect going on, which is why we need one more effect, and it's called Turbulent Displace. Go ahead to Effects, type that in. It's gonna be under Distort and drag it onto the clip. Now, if you do get this error right here where it says this effect requires GPU, there's a simple fix to it. All you have to do is drag your effect past VR Glow. Now it's gone. And then we actually have one more effect, and it's called the Extract effect. Let's go ahead and drag it on there. And let's make sure to drag this effect all the way to the top. And then set the softness to 0. And then now for the fun part, adding keyframes. So underneath the Turbulent Displace effect, we're gonna go ahead and turn on all those toggle animations at the beginning of the video. Then we're gonna play the video for a couple seconds and we're gonna mess around with the numbers. So for the amount, we can increase it to say 150. The size, we can drop that down to about 30. For the complexity, we can set it to 1.5. And the evolution, what does this do? Let's set it to 2. I don't know what it does, but let's set it to 2. And then we're gonna play the video a couple more seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead and reset all the keyframes. So now we're going back to the beginning of the clip, and we're gonna focus on the extract effect and make sure we do a couple tweaks. So first thing first, I'm gonna toggle all my animations and I'm gonna set them to 0. I'm gonna put a couple seconds in, and I wanna make sure that I set this to 150, and I'm gonna set this to 100 with my softness to 30. Then I'm gonna let it play for a couple seconds, and I'm gonna reset them all back to 0. So right about here. So 0 and 0. So let's go ahead and give it a play. Not bad, not bad. So now we only want the car to be affected and not the rest of the clip. So how do we fix that? Masking. Watch this. We're gonna go here to our opacity, select on this icon. Make sure we're at the beginning of the clip. We're gonna select where it says fit and press 150. From here, we're gonna go ahead and draw right around the car. Once you're done, let's make sure that your feather is set to 20. And make sure that you press on this play icon, which is the track selected mask forward icon. That's a lot of words. Anyways, just press play. Let's just run it back right now and see how it looks. There we go. So now right off the bat, you notice that the tracking is not always on track with the vehicle or sometimes your subject, which is totally fine in this case because we're only focusing on the first couple seconds of the video. Now moving on to the second clip, and it is this effect. The badge just pops out of nowhere and it has this cool little RGB effect. How did I do it? Honestly, I don't know, and I'm about to work backwards right now to figure it out. So if you look at the video, here I have a raw clip of just me painting from left to right of the logo, but I also did what we just did previously, which is masking. I went ahead and made a copy of the layer, and then with the opacity tool, masked out the Bentley logo. So once you're done, play the video for a couple seconds and make sure you set your masking points. I noticed that the mask I made is not exactly following along my subject, which is fine. All I'm gonna do is tweak it and make sure to align as much as I can. And right where it stops, I'm gonna make sure I press cut on the copy clip. I'm gonna move this up one more. I'm gonna make another copy. And with this sequence right here, I'm gonna select the opacity tool and I'm gonna select right around the area. So I'm gonna disable my third track and I'm gonna focus on 1 and 2. On number 2, I'm gonna go ahead and move my position over right over the Bentley logo. And I'm gonna make sure my feather is set to about 35. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make some space. I'm gonna move this up one more and I'm gonna go ahead and make a copy of my nested sequence. Make sure I disable this clip. And I'm moving it right here. So now we're gonna go ahead and follow the cuts and erase these 3 nested sequence clips. So now we're gonna go ahead and double click on the Bentley logo and we're gonna go ahead and go to our effects and type in VR Chroma Leaks. Drag it on top of the video. We're gonna go ahead and type in VR Chrome Aberrations and we're gonna drop it on the video. So now it should look something like that. Now we're gonna go back to our timeline and on our effects tab, type in VR Chroma Leaks. And then we're gonna drag it onto our nested sequence. So then when we play it backwards, it should look something like that. And obviously you can go ahead and keyframe your scaling effect to make it look like you zoomed in as soon as it landed. And that is pretty much it. Now, if you don't want to go through all the clickings and you just want to see how I did it so you can copy and paste onto your clips, like I said, click the link down below in the description and you can find our Project Premiere profiles along with the glitch effects we used and the raw videos. Other than that, it's Daniel from Velv Auto and I'll see you guys all next video.